we're running 5 miles every 4 hours for 24 hours. And this started as a let's do this, and it has grown to over 50 people all across the country. We have someone in Mexico, we have people in Canada, and so we're halfway through. We're getting ready to start our number 4 run. So I think we could all use like a little of your positive voice and wisdom and guidance like we hear at the start line.
Well, you know, people, all our lives, people have told us, especially growing up, what to do. Hey, you've got to do this. You've got to get an education. You don't go out with that friend. Don't do this. Don't do that. And the beginning of our lives have always been that, you know, you have to do this. You have to do that. Because whether it's parents or older brothers and sisters, you know, they feel a protection of it. And that's just what they do. But all of a sudden, we get out into this world that becomes ours. And we get to make decisions and choices. And we can make incorrect choices. And a lot of people do. And you have friends that have done that. You've done that. I've done that. And we pull ourselves out of it. But the one thing that I believe endurance athletes have that some others don't is the will to make sure that if they fail, they're right back at it again. And when I told the story of Rudy Garcia, Scott Rigsby, and Sarah Reinerson in my book, you know, the 3 athletes that are leg amputees, they all failed at their first Ironman. Yeah. Miserably. I mean, they just failed. And to come back and spend a whole nother year with that goal of, and think about it, we're in the same boat. Is this going to be another year away? Is it 6 months away? Well, when those 3 didn't finish their Ironmans, and I was there for all 3 of them, and it was heart-wrenching because I know, like everybody else, what they put into it. But a failure isn't a person that fails. It's a person that fails to learn from their experiences. And and that's what endurance athletes do. You didn't finish the race, or you got hurt, or you did something wrong, and you know what? It goes back to my old standard of you're the cause of your own experiences. Yeah, sure, somebody can hit you in the back end of a car and stuff, but if you live by the premise that you're the cause of your own experience, you're going to take responsibility for everything, and you're going to get to that doggone finish line, no matter if it's the first, second, third try. When I brought Brian Aubuchon in at Ironman Mont Tremblant last year, I watched him fail 12 times. 12 times he didn't make it to that 17-hour cutoff. And when he came down the chute for the 13th time, that lucky 13th at Mont Tremblant, it was one of the most heartfelt. I was shedding tears, and I don't very seldom shed tears at a finish line just because, I try to control it just because of my job and all that. But when he came across and I saw the look on his face, I'm thinking, here's a guy that failed 12 times. Why in God's name did you keep coming back? But he did. And that's what we're all about. That's what endurance athletes are all about. So when you're going out there on your runs and you're doing the 4th one and the 5th one, and all of a sudden it's dark, there's others out there that have gone through the very same thing, if not worse, and they found their finish line. So just find your finish line, no matter how hard it is or how long it takes.
Oh, Mike, thank you so much.